I sometimes feel like Canada is 6 countries in one. Did you know that there are 6 time zones in Canada? We have the Pacific Standard Time, Mountain Standard Time, Central Standard Time, Eastern Standard Time, Atlantic Standard Time, and Newfoundland Standard Time. In this video, I'll be painting 6 scenarios about these time zones and how it messes up my head sometimes. This clip is from our trip to a place called Newfoundland. Come with us on our trip to Newfoundland.
Come with us.
So we drove to a place called Sydney, Nova Scotia, and then we took a ferry from that point in Cape Breton in Sydney to Newfoundland on ferry. So we drove our car onto the ferry and then we went to Newfoundland. So Newfoundland is one of the Atlantic provinces in Canada. I live in Nova Scotia, which is also a part of the Atlantic province in Canada. So I assume that we are in the same time zones. There are 4 provinces in Atlantic Canada. So Canada, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, PEI, and Newfoundland. I've been to all 4. The 4th one we went to was Newfoundland. So the other 3 have the same time. So I assume that Newfoundland too, which is one of the 4, would have the same time zone. I was wrong. Newfoundland is 30 minutes ahead of Nova Scotia. The next time zone I'll talk about is Eastern Standard Time, which Ontario and Quebec belong to, and they are 1 hour behind Nova Scotia. Let me call Bimpe. It's just ringing, it's not picking. I'm agreed to talk by 5 today. I'm like, oh, he's calling me 6 o'clock. Hello, Bimpe, how are you? But we promised to talk by 5 now. It's already 6 o'clock. 5? Okay, it's 1 hour apart. So I keep forgetting that. We can't do it again tonight, though, because you have to do it on Zoom for you, and I want to cook now. Maybe tomorrow. So what we'll do, we'll make it 6 p.m. my own time and 5 p.m. your own time. Is that okay? The next time zone I'll talk about is Central Standard Time, which Manitoba and Saskatchewan belong to. They are 2 hours behind Nova Scotia. Hello, Sherry. Hello, Mami Zainab. Assalamu alaikum, ma. Ẹ káàárọ̀ ma. Káàárọ̀ báwo ni? Ṣe ń sùn ni? 5 o'clock la wà yìí. 5 a.m. ke? 7 to okay, 2 hours difference. Mo ti gbàgbé, má bínú. Má pè tí má ti jí jù. Ẹni tó bá ti jí ẹ pè mí. But tó bá ti jí yẹn má ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́. Bí a lè sọ lálẹ́ àbí weekend ma. Okay, all right ma. Yes ma. The next time zone I'll talk about is Mountain Standard Time, which Alberta belongs to. They are 3 hours behind Nova Scotia. And I'll give you a scenario. So sometimes in the summer of 2023, we had a layover in Calgary in Alberta on our way from Cancun, Mexico, back home to Halifax. And it was supposed to be a 4 hours, 47 minutes flight, almost 5 hours. And the flight took off at 11:15 p.m. So for my calculation, I'm like, okay, if we are leaving Calgary by 11:15 p.m., we should be in Halifax at about 4 a.m. Since it's an almost 5-hour flight. I kept calculating. The math was not matching. I'm like, what is happening? And then I thought, okay, there's 3 hours time difference. That's why we are getting to Halifax 7 a.m. instead of 4 a.m. The next time zone I'll talk about is Pacific Standard Time. And this is a time zone British Columbia uses. Few times I've had to call our clients who are in British Columbia and they are either always sleeping. I've experienced this like 4 different times. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot you were 4 hours behind me. So for the husband, we also helped him with his application as well. He's already in Canada and he's in Vancouver, BC. Well, he's in... Hello, good morning. Very early in your end, right? I just realized we're like 4 hours apart, right?
Yes, exactly.
How come you're awake?
It's like 5 a.m. in the morning.
5 a.m. Sorry, I just realized that when the phone rang, I'm like, oh. The 6th time zone is called Atlantic Standard Time, which Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and Prince Edward Island use. And there you have it. This is why I feel like Canada is 6 countries in one and can be a lot to deal with if you have family and friends in different provinces. You have to do like mental calculation to know when to call who, what would they be doing if they are still awake, if they'll be at work and all of that.